Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of BBTV. And today I'm talking about a mystery bidder for Moise Caicedo. So, do Chelsea have competition? And Levi Colwill's contract extension has been confirmed by the club. So the first story I'm going to talk about is Moise Caicedo, and reports have come out in the last 2 hours or so that a mystery club has put in a bid which is higher than Chelsea's highest bid of £80 million, but that was instantly rejected by Brighton. Smell something a little bit fishy going on. First of all, this news came from The Athletic, and it's the Brighton correspondents who write for The Athletics who have leaked this particular story. And the thing is, the club hasn't been named, as I said, so there's no sort of libel. There's other clubs can come out and deny the story. And the fee hasn't been named, only that it was over 80 million. And for me, is this just Brighton's way of saying, Chelsea, you've got competition, so you need to put a wriggle on. You need to hurry up and get this deal over the line. Otherwise, we're going to start negotiating with this other bidder. So clubs do that all the time. We saw that with the Declan Rice situation in Manchester City, where all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Manchester City have put in a bid for Declan Rice. And before you know it, bang, Declan Rice signs for Arsenal. So is it something in the similar lines that they're trying to get Chelsea to react and put in a bid so that this deal can be concluded once and for all? Because this has been dragging on all summer. It's a summer saga. And it's a case of who blinks first, because Chelsea have the evaluation, Brighton have the evaluation. None of them seem to be wanting to budge. So it's going to be, one way or the other. I don't know. If you're on the Brighton side, you want to know what's happening because you want to be getting replacements, and the longer it keeps this way, the longer you have to, it takes to get that replacement. Although De Zerbi did say that they had somebody lined up already if he was to go. Have they been negotiating with this other player behind closed doors? And if the news happens, they're ready to pounce, or maybe it takes a little bit more groundwork. So you just leave it until the end of the window, then it's going to get a bit tricky. And for me, for Chelsea, on Chelsea's side as well, I know this is a player that they really want. It's our number one target, but how long do we wait? And do we wait until the end of the window? And in the end, Brighton are still not budging. Then we end up panic buying, just like we did when we bought in what's his name? What's that guy? Zachariah. When we bought him in last minute, when we knew that we couldn't get any of our other targets. So we don't want a situation like that where we're scrambling around to get defensive midfielders, and that doesn't. You want them to gel and have a little bit of. I know the first match is against Liverpool next week, but you just want them to come in as soon as possible so that they can form that chemistry with the rest of their teammates. I know a lot of Chelsea fans are saying, take them, let's just take them, pay them whatever it takes just to get this one over the line. We are not that club anymore. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. We are not that club anymore. And we weren't, when I say we're not that club anymore, we weren't even that club under Roman Abramovich. Marina Granovsky was a very good dealer when it came to clubs, and we didn't end up overpaying for a lot of our players. Even the Kai Havertz deal, we didn't pay the price that they wanted initially, and some of the other deals we didn't end up paying full amount. The only one we probably overpaid for was Lukaku, and we're still paying the price for that. So we're not going to just pay whatever. We have to do negotiations, and I explained it before in a previous video that I made, that sets a precedent, so we don't want that to happen in the future. So what do you guys think? Again talking about Caicedo, time and time again. Once again, you bored of this conversation, or you ready to persevere with it until the very end? Second story, Levi Colwell. I mentioned this again on the video that he was due to sign a 6-year contract. It's been confirmed now by the club. He signed his contract. And but what was interesting about what he had to say was the fact that it was good to have a manager who communicates with him. That's what he's after, communication. And he said that he's going to give him minutes to play. And that got me thinking. And about our previous manager, I've always rated Tuchel as a tactician. I've said it all the time, but managing is multifaceted. It's everything is incorporated in what makes a great manager, and that's the only issue I had with him, was the fact that he was just interested in the first 11 or the first team squad, and he didn't give any sort of encouragement to any of our younger players coming through. So it didn't. These younger players, that's why they left. Some of them have left. Some good players have gone just because they weren't not guaranteed, but they weren't made to feel included in the squad. And Colwell, had it been up to Tuchel, Colwell would be in a Brighton shirt permanently now. And it was the club, it was Todd Bowley who intervened and said, no, this guy is too good for us to sell him on a permanent deal. And we had that under previous managers as well, where they were looking at more experienced players and overlooking the younger players. I've always said, I don't want younger players to just play just for the sake of it. If they're good enough, they should be in the squad. But if they are good enough, they need to be looked at as well. There need to be a way to integrate these players into the club. He's been at Chelsea when he was 7 years old, and he had an interview earlier where he talked about he had 5 trials and how he was nervous, and eventually got into the academy at Chelsea. So these guys get it. Him, the Reece James and people like that, they get it. They get what it takes to play for a club like Chelsea. So we need a mixture of those guys in the team as well as others who we get from abroad. It was, even if you look at, there was a video going around, I'm not sure if anyone saw it, of the guys in America, and it was the new signing, Jackson, where he was told to dive into the swimming pool, because they all dipped down into the pool. And who was leading everything? Bashir Humphries. Bashir Humphries was kind of the cheerleader for all of this, and it's because he's younger than a lot of these players, and Cuckoo was involved in it, and a couple of others, I think Burstrom and some people. But because Bashir Humphries has been part of Chelsea, it's things like that. You know, it's not only the football side that we need to look at as supporters. We need to look at the guys who can bond and gel this team. It's about team spirit, and you can have 11 of the best players in the world. Ask PSG, you know what happens. But if they haven't got that right mentality, that right team spirit, then they're not going to win the big trophies. Okay, PSG wins the league in France, but why have they not done so well in the Champions League? Because they are a bunch of individuals. They don't play as a team unit, and so it's good to have someone in there who's going to gel the side together, get them playing together and having that happy environment in order to succeed. So it was good to see, and that's why I'm glad that Levi Colwell has committed himself to Chelsea. So what do you think about Levi Colwell's new contract? Stick your comments again in the section below, and don't forget, as always guys, to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified every time I make a new video. So take care for now. Goodbye.